Hiya, Ray Talks Ball back with another video. This time, a match reaction. I've been away for a few days, not been able to do the upload in the week and yesterday. But Liverpool finally winning the Premier League at long last. A nice 2-0 victory over Aston Villa. We looked comfortable for most parts of the game yesterday. Looked in control for most parts of the game yesterday, which was a breath of fresh air from recent results. It was a whole lot better yesterday. I thought Robertson was brilliant. Szoboszlai was the man of the match. Midfield was great. Defensively, a whole lot stronger. Conor Bradley and Ibu were brilliant yesterday. In the attack, Mo Salah getting his goal. Love to see that. Hugo was unlucky with his goal. Gravenberch got a second goal. It was just a solid game, one that we really needed. Hopefully now the players can build on, start to put some pressure on, and maybe save the season. It was looking like it was going to be a long, dark season. Still could be. But it's only one game, so we got to keep building. I think the next 2 games will really show us what we're made of. We'll see what this team is going to do this season after these next 2 games. I think if we lose the next 2, I think it's going to be a long season. But even just losing, I think we're losing to Real Madrid there, and just in brilliant form. Defensively, we haven't been good enough to stop a player like Mbappe in the form that he's in. But who knows? So we'll have to see about that on Tuesday. More focused on yesterday. Yesterday was brilliant. It was fine. It was great to get a result in the league. 3 points was much needed. 4 games in a row without a win was insane. I didn't really look at the league, to be honest with you. So I thought we was a bit lower, to be honest. I didn't realise that we were still quite close. 7 points off Arsenal. It is pretty terrible. I don't think we'll make that up. We'll probably just end up being further and further away. But at least it's a show of fight. Show that there is some. This team is still capable of doing what it can. The only negative for me really is again Florian Wirtz. Doesn't seem to suit this team at all. Even when he came on, we kind of just got a little bit worse. Even though he was playing up front, he's a special player. He's got special talent. I just think he wasn't what we needed at all. We spent that money on a defensive mid and another centre back instead. I think we would have reaped the benefits so much more than buying a player like Florian, who can't even start a game for us. So there was a lot of poor decisions made in this summer. That's why we've suffered for the last few weeks. And on paper it looks good because they spent the money. But you can spend money wrong, and they spent money wrong big time. They spent at least 200 mil wrong, probably even more. So we might have to pay for that in the long run. We'll see with that. But winning ways again, back to winning ways, back to getting some 3 points. Now the focus is on Real Madrid and then Manchester City. Fair play to Arne Slot. He's had a lot of criticism, a lot of negativity towards him. Lots of people wanted him out of the job because it was a terrible run. And if it continues to be after this, his job will still be on the line. But hopefully, this is the start of the fight back now. They looked a lot better yesterday. A lot more controlled. Less erratic. It didn't look like at any point Villa were really going to dominate like or batter us like most teams have looked like in the last few games. It looks like every team could just batter us. Yesterday it seemed like the only team that was winning that game was us. We played not very well. We played a lot better considering how we have been playing. I do think the midfield of Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch is our best midfield. I don't think Florian Wirtz is getting in there anytime soon. So it's going to be up. I think his position, Florian, is going to be the left wing or a false nine type player. It just doesn't seem to suit the midfield of what Slot wants, or what the midfield is working towards doing. It just doesn't seem to. When he's in there, it just seems to go to rubbish, and we get ran all over the park. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him, if they can find form for him, or if he just completely flops, and where do we go from there. Hopefully he plays a bit against Real Madrid. Champions League, I think, suits him a little bit more. So we might see him instead of McAllister on Tuesday. Save McAllister for Manchester City. But this is the biggest week of our season, and we've started off well. But this was the easiest game of the week. This next week, at least. They did look like a very disjointed, knackered team, Villa, yesterday. So as much as we were better, they also didn't turn up. We're not going to get that from Real Madrid or Man City. Both those teams are going to turn up. So we're going to have to be even better over the next week. But this is a great start. Hopefully it gives the boys some confidence. Hopefully Mo Salah's got some confidence in his legs now. He's got 2 and 2. Hopefully he can start scoring a lot of goals again. And if he's scoring goals, we can beat anyone. We just have to be more controlled, better at dealing with the long balls and the low blocks that we've been dealing with and struggling to cope with. But thankfully I don't think we'll have that much of a problem against Real Madrid and Manchester City. Both those teams will probably come to play football and try to absolutely batter us, because this would be the best time for them to do so in the last few years. This is the weakest we've been, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage. But we'll talk more about that in a future video. This was just praise for the Villa game yesterday. Lots of improvements. Defensively a lot better. Robertson, Bradley were brilliant at fullback. Ibu was brilliant at centre back. Verge did his thing. The midfield controlled the game. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, all brilliant. Szoboszlai was phenomenal all game. The attack was probably the weakest point of the game, but they got their goals, they did their thing, and we won their game. That's all we can ask for. Right. That's been Ray Talk Ball. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.